Alright guys, this is SpartasFinest here, back again. Got another battle today, and honestly I don't remember the guy's name. Unfortunately I forgot to just write down or anything, I don't know. But it's an OU battle, and it's a very good battle, so yeah, I'll just make his name CK, because that's his in-game name. But anyways, I lead with Rotom, as he leads with Ninetales, knowing that Rotom being water type can kind of handle it pretty well, I think. And I go for the trick, just wanting to cripple this thing, because I was actually kind of hoping he'd bring in his Venusaur to take the water-type move, but unfortunately he doesn't, so go for the trick, cripple that. I don't have the Volt Switch, so I can't go for it, but I go straight into Deoxys, hoping I could just get a free chance to set up some Stealth Rocks. And he goes into Venusaur, so I'm going to try to set up a layer of my rocks because I do have the Focus Sash, so I know I can take a hit. I don't end up needing it because, well, as you saw there, I live with more than 1 HP. But I get up my rocks. That's great. So I want to switch out. Now I go into Porygon 2. I know I can wall most of Venusaur's moves and get the Chlorophyll. And I'm kind of hoping that I could force him to switch out and then maybe with the Chlorophyll do a bit of damage to his team, but he goes for the Sleep Powder, which misses, which really kind of sucks for him, because now I know he's going to go for it, and I can go into the Pokemon I want to go into, and I think that's going to be Rotom, because he has the Sun team, so my Hydro Pump's power is cut in half, so I don't really think it's going to be that useful, and maybe I could try to wake up later, I'm thinking, but I'm going to want to switch out, because I know I don't want to let him just take advantage of me being asleep, but I go into Dragonite knowing that Venusaur, it can't really do a lot to the especially bulky Dragonite, because its moves are usually like Solar Beam, Hidden Power, Fire, and then Sleep Powder and Growth, and maybe Sludge Bomb if he doesn't have the Sleep Powder, but he does. But anyways, I go into Porygon 2, not really wanting to take that Ice Beam, or that Ice Shard with my Dragonite, even though I have Multiscale and it won't do too much. I'd rather go into something else just because Dragonite can't do that much back to Donphan. And Porygon 2 hits with the Ice Beam, which is nice because now I can get it, well, it's pretty low, so it won't be as threatening anymore. And he goes into Charizard here. And I see his Solar Power, but I know I have the Sturdy on Porygon 2 from his Donphan. And I want to go for the Discharge because, well, it's super effective damage. Also, I don't really have a lot to switch into his Charizard because a Specs Solar Power boosted Fire Blast and Sun boosted is quite powerful, but I do get that 30% chance pair hacks, which is pretty lucky, or I don't know if it's that lucky because 30% is quite often in Pokemon. I mean, how often does like Scald burn? But he's gonna go into his Donphan. I know the Ice Shard's coming, so I'm gonna try to save Porygon 2 for later. I go into Scizor. Now I really I don't know. I thought he was going to predict my, U-turn, because I think a banned U-turn would do a good amount of damage to Donphan, and then I'd be able to get out before he really, wanted me to, but I went for the Bullet Punch. I'm not actually sure why I went for it. I should have gone Swords Dance, if anything, because it is the Swords Dance Scizor. But, oh well. I mean, yeah, hindsight's 20/20, I guess. But anyways, he goes into Ninetales. I go into Rotom to take either the Fire-type move, as well as kind of fearing that he might go for the status, and I don't want to go into Dragonite and get Will-O-Wisped. But after I see the Fire Blast, go into Dragonite, because I know Rotom not being trained in any bulk won't be taking him as well as Dragonite will. So that's pretty nice. I can go for T-Wave on his own Dragonite, because I know that would do some good crippling to it. But he goes into his Donphan. Going to be a little stally here, just because I don't really have a lot to directly switch into this thing. I mean, my main pokes that can take it on, I guess, are Rotom and Porygon 2. And I realized now that was kind of a mistake to let Porygon 2 die. But, oh well. Or not Porygon 2 die, but put Rotom to sleep. But anyways, I stay in with Dragonite. Just tried Dragon Tail, Donphan, and Venusaur around here, which I kind of do a bit. And it's not working out too badly. I mean, if I keep getting him into Venusaur every time, I could take advantage of that and roost up just because he can't really do any damage. And then Dragon Tail him into Donphan, and if he stays in with Venusaur, he's kind of risking letting it die to a Dragon Tail. So here, I really wanted Dragon Tail again to just keep his Donphan really low in health. But unfortunately, I kind of wish I did that, but oh well. I go for the Roost though, just because I want to keep my Dragonite nice and high in health, so that way, if he stayed in with Venusaur and got damage off and then Dragon Tailed him into Donphan, and I didn't have the multi-scale up and I was at fairly low health, I was thinking his Ice Shard could have taken me out, and I wanted to be at a point where I'll kind of just wall the Ice Shard, so like I did there. But yeah, now I'm going Dragon Tail again, and finally something different happens, and he goes to the Ninetales, so the battle can move on from there. But anyways, I don't really want to stay in because I think the Will-O-Wisp is coming, so I go back into Rotom. Now, I think he's going to switch out, so I go into Deoxys, and I think if anything, he's going to stay in Will-O-Wisp, and that means Deoxys is going to be able to live the Will-O-Wisp with 1 HP, and then be able to get up his Stealth Rocks, and then if I can just manage to keep those up pretty much, I will be in a great position to, help win the battle, because like all Sun teams, they are very weak to Stealth Rocks, and he should probably have like more than one Rapid Spinner, because Stealth Rocks really cripple his team. But I go into Scizor here. I do make a misplay. I meant to go for Roost to take the superpower, but I ended up going Swords Dance, so that really sucked here. But I had a plan that I was going to develop. I forget what it was now, actually, but it works out fine because he's not trained in any speed like most Swords Dance or Choice Band Scizors are. So I'm able to get off that Roost first. And that means this next superpower, since he's -2 attack now, or he's dropped twice, he won't be able to quite take me out. So I'm at +2. I got the Life Orb, and he goes into Ninetales, and I'm at fairly high health, so I'm kind of thinking I might be able to take it out, because +2 and Life Orbed and Technician stabbed, thought it would take him out, barely doesn't, and that just sucks, because I actually really wish I went for that Bullet Punch last time he brought in Ninetales, went for it twice in a row, because he would have lost that bit of damage, and Scizor had the potential to sweep his team there. But anyways, I go into Terrakion here. I go for the Rock Polish before taking him out, just because I want to force him to go into his Scizor, because I don't like his Venusaur. It's kind of threatening. I want him to be scared to bring that thing in and have to bring it on a switch maybe or something. So now he goes into Scizor. Now he's going to be too worried about over-predicting, can't risk the U-turn that I know he'll Bullet Punch and I could go into Rotom. And my plan here is to try and wake up Rotom because he doesn't have much to hurt it that badly. I know he's going to probably try to take advantage of this to Rapid Spin with his Donphan, but if I could wake up Rotom, then I think that will really help me win this match. So I get off my first turn sleep that I know I'm going to have, and I get the first turn wake, so that is awesome. That was probably the biggest hacks, if you can call it that, I don't know, or luck towards my side that really mattered, I think, just because the waking up and killing his Rapid Spinner just really hurts him because, like I said before, his team's very weak to Stealth Rocks. As I go into Porygon 2 here to take the Sleep Powder, because I knew he was going to go for it, but then, unfortunately, it actually works out kind of badly for me there, the fact that he misses, because I was like, oh, he's going to go for Hidden Power Fire now, or something like that, just because he knows he can take me out. So I switch out, but I go into Dragonite, and he puts that to sleep, which I would rather it not be asleep. But I decided to stay in Dragonite just because I know if he switches out, he's not going to be in a good position after Stealth Rocks because he'll only be able to get off one hit. And if he stays in, well, he's completely walled by my Dragonite. So I wake up, and I get first turn wake again. That time it didn't really matter much, though, because he really couldn't have done much damage. All that would have happened, actually, is probably I would have roosted the next turn, and then I'd actually be at full health instead. But now he goes into his Dragonite, and I tried to stay in, go for the T-Wave in case he went straight for the Dragon Dance, predicting me to switch out. But he goes Dragon Claw, so I guess there it really didn't matter that that I got first turn Wake. But anyways, I'm going to go into Terrakion now. Go for Stone Edge. I know his last two pokes are his Caesar and Dragonite. Whichever one he goes into, either Dragonite's going to die or Caesar is going to take a lot of damage. But I miss, so that sucks. But I go into Porygon 2 here because I know he's probably going to U-turn. And I don't want to take the chance of keeping Terrakion in. And I don't want to go into Rotom to take it. So I let him do that. Let him go into Dragonite, get the quarter damage of Stealth Rocks. And now I can go back into Terrakion and do the exact same play again. Get off the Stone Edge. This time it does hit, luckily, so I'm able to take out his Dragonite, which is awesome because now his last poke is Caesar, and he can't really. But at this point, because my Rotom has the Hidden Power Fire, so Bullet punches Terrakion, and now I am forced to go into my last Pokemon, my Rotom, who will be able to take out the Caesar with the Hidden Power Fire, because I X4 resist Bullet Punch, but he runs anyways, so. That was a great game, CK. And guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.